Thank you, President. Your Excellency, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Your Excellency, Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the government and the people of Egypt for hosting COP27 in such a breathtaking location. All of us can learn from Egypt's rich history and ancient civilization about how humanity can create wonderful marvels with creativity and ingenuity. Once again, we gather here together to strengthen our commitment to climate action. The stake could not be higher. Climate change has already remade the world in ways that we could not imagine just a few years ago. We need to act decisively to fully address the climate emergency. If we look back just at the last 6 months, the floods in Pakistan have wreaked havoc, erasing years of development and causing over 1,000 deaths. Europe has experienced its worst heat wave ever. Here in the African continent, people have felt the combined effects of the Ukraine war and climate change, where 82 million people are now acutely food insecure. These effects are felt most strongly by the most vulnerable members of societies, especially women and children. In the Maldives, our lives are also affected daily by climate change because the ocean is changing. The ocean is our nation's source of nourishment and income. Each year, our fishermen need to travel further and further to find abundant fisheries. Unpredictable monsoon shifts have risen in frequency and intensity, causing storm surges and flooding that have had irreparable damage to property and livelihoods. Our coral reefs, drawing tourists from around the world, are on life support. And every single island has lost its freshwater supply, so we are dependent on technology to provide fresh water. Yet our contribution to the cause of climate change is negligible, and so is, without global solidarity, our ability to respond to these changes. We come to COP to address this injustice. Our story is not unique to the Maldives, but echoes in all seafaring nations, indeed all nations of the world. As the ocean changes, so do we. We are truly at a crossroads. We have only 86 months to halve emissions and keep the temperature increase below 1.5 degrees. Time is very short. At this COP, we expect ambitious commitments on mitigation, including more parties aggressively phasing out fossil fuels and making the just transition to renewable energy sources. A clear path towards articulating the global goal on adaptation that focuses on key transboundary issues such as water, food security, health, and biodiversity. A bold and visionary outcome on loss and damage that provides a mosaic of solutions to address a complex set of problems. To meet our collective goal of $100 billion per year in climate finance, with more than half dedicated to adaptation. To fully implement the Paris Agreement, we also need to increase ambition outside of the UNFCCC. All international financial institutions need to align their policies with the Paris Agreement. We congratulate the IMF for operationalizing the Resilience and Sustainability Trust, and also congratulate Barbados for its Bridgetown agenda. The World Bank can also play an important role by relaxing its current capital restraint to increase its lending capacity, leading the way towards a decarbonized world. Excellencies, climate change is remaking the world. It's our responsibility and why we have gathered here to ensure that the remade world is equitable, just, and allows all of us to live well. I thank you.